UFC Fight Night Bonfim versus Brown DraftKings GPP Tournament Builder Show. Do me a favor, smash that like button, even though we are a little bit late recording this Saturday morning. Usually do this on Fridays after ownerships come in, but honestly, went out last night, and then I came back to do the video, and I see the issues with Ishmael Bonfim, and not just that he's missed weight, but the line is moving. Could his shoulder be hurt? I wanted to take some time, think about it. So Friday morning video, still hit the like button. You want to join the DFS Army, hit the link in the description on YouTube. I use DFS Army, but don't go anywhere if you use another tool site. We're just going to talk strategy and building whatever tool you are using. This video will apply, but you should join up at DFS Army. Link in the description. Like this tool the best, obviously, but I am biased. That being said, let's go through the strategy here, talk some of these fights, and try and win a GPP, hopefully in a normal week without people throwing fights and all kinds of weird outcomes. Going to go with the $49,400 salary. Nothing to turn me off of that this week. I will say this number would have got lowered if the replacement fighter for McVeigh would have made McVeigh a large favorite instead of Zachary Reese, who is the favorite. If McVeigh was a large favorite at 7,900, I would have lowered this number. But don't have to deal with that this week. We are building 150 lineups. One unique for me, one or two unique, I think, are both fine options. Randomization anywhere between 1 and 9%. I'm gonna look for a sign from the universe here. I got my Dunkin' Donuts coffee this morning. First number I look at on here is a number 8, part of my order number. So we're gonna go 8%. It really is a random number. And then all you do, and again, apologies to those who hear it week after week, but it's worth remembering. All we're doing is deciding how much over under the field, your ownership, you want to be. I'm not good at projecting ownerships. That's a service that we have at DFS Army that I use. So again, join up at DFS Army, but I'm going to just decide fight by fight. Do I want to be over or under the field on each fight? We'll talk about the Ishmael Bonfim situation when we get there. We'll go fight by fight. We'll give it a run, and we'll see how we end up. Tulio and Christian Leroy Duncan, one of my favorite fights to target on the card. It's only minus 130 to end inside the distance. I think there's violence in this one. Regardless, I want to be significantly overweight to both fighters, minimum 15%. I want 40% Tulio, 40% Duncan. Can't end up wrong, and I'm going to let the tool do its thing here. I'm a little worried I'll get too much Tulio, but as long as I'm over on both, even though I'm picking Leroy Duncan, I just want to get over the field. Period. Joseph Morales and Matt Schnell. Schnell has a propensity to get finished. Still flyweight. Still, that's a lot of ownership on Joseph Morales, 33%. And you got Zachary Reese floating up in this price range now, too. I'm okay just being field weight-ish on Joseph Morales. I don't need to get a ton here. Like, I'll go 30 to 40. Matt Schnell. Not much interest here. There are fighters I like more. I'm just going to cap him at field weight. I want a little bit of Schnell because of how violent he fights. But coming off of his retirement, is he here? Is he not? Just 5 to 10% Matt Schnell is fine with me. Medic Salikov is one of the top fights on the card to target. This is one minus 170, under 1.5 rounds. I think I pretty much want to be all in on this fight. Everyone seems to be on, like me in this case, on the underdog and Salikov. Don't sleep on Medic. This is very similar to, I want a 15% leverage on both guys, which puts me, pretty much all in, but at least 42% managed, 48% Salikov. Move on about my day, just get overweight. Zach Reese, even on short notice, I love him in the spot against McVeigh. I want minimum, a lot, 37%. 45, I'll cap it at 55, somewhere in that range. Jackson McVeigh, because he's on short notice and it's only 10% and no one's going to play him, I'm good taking this 10 to 15% stab. I still want to be field or a touch over on McVeigh, even if I think he's in a bad spot. Because if he does win, and there is the path with that short notice, he'll put up a big score, break the whole damn slate because no one will play him. I can't play everyone, obviously. We're just on a run of fights we liked a whole bunch. I assume that means we're getting to the fights I'm under on, and clearly I saw that we got Marcos Johns coming. I think Johns is live to win the fight. I do want to be overweight on Miles Johns, but if it only takes 20 to 30%, cool. I do want to be under on Daniel Marcos. This is too much. I don't love his path to victory in terms of scoring. I'm going to cap this out at like no more than 15%. And I'm okay if I end up with just 5% Miles Johns. There's other spots for me. Denise Gomes, Tisha Pennington, hate this fight for DFS. Give me max half field on both. Move on about my day. I have no interest in prioritizing this fight in any way. Hoykett Jimenez. Hoykett is one to get a hold of. I'm okay just playing like minimum 2% Jimenez. Cap me out at a little under the field in terms of Jimenez Hoykett. I want to be over. It's going to be hard to be over. I'll 50 to, I don't know. We'll see how much it gives me if I don't put a cap here, but I do want at least 10% leverage on Hoykett. Emil Emmers, this is one that I like both sides of, but I've slammed in so many fights. I'm wondering. So I want 15% leverage, my normal. This is one if I come back to, of the fights that I'm really high on, I'll probably come back and lower Emmers if I need to. Cavalcanti and Silva, no interest in Cavalcanti. Cap me at 5%. If she breaks the slate against Mayra Bueno Silva, I've had a bad week. But those are just some of the stands you're going to have to take. Mayra Bueno Silva, on the other hand, is a dog I'm picking to win. I think there's recency bias. I want to be over the field. Depends how I'm okay going up as high as 35, 40% because of all these 9K price fighters. The ones in the 7K, like I'm going to have to be okay going double field. A couple other of those spots coming up. Gabriel Bonfim and Randy Brown. Gabriel Bonfim at 52%. Ugh. God. I'm probably going to go. Let me go. I am on the Gabriel Bonfim side. I want to be slightly over at least. And Randy Brown, I think, is okay. I'm just going to put him in this 20 to 35% bucket and see the tool needs him here. I'm going to skip over the other Bonfim and Padilla for a second because it's the last fight we're going to talk about. Ricky Simón, Ione Barcelos. Ricky Simón, 36% owned. That feels a little bit high for me. This is one, I understand the path here. He's going to look to wrestle. He can finish. I like Ione Barcelos. This is the riskiest stand on the card I'm taking. If you want to go field or over on Simón, I get it. I just one where I kind of differ. You have to be a little bit different to win a GPP. I'm going to lock in Ricky Simón right around this 20% max. The tool's going to give me the 20%. If Simón wins and hits the slate, I'm under. Not a great spot, but I'm not going to be dead. I'm going to go just a little bit over the field on Ione Barcelos. All right, Ishmael Bonfim, Chris Padilla. This is one that has given me all kinds of headaches because we got some similar line movement to last week. This is already a pick'em. Like we've gone from, golly, man. Early in the week, even just a few days ago, up at minus 200. We got an 80-cent move on Ishmael Bonfim. His shoulder didn't look right. He missed weight by 5 pounds. We're talking more and more about fight fixing. Like, I don't love this spot. Ishmael Bonfim becomes an underweight play because there's just no odds value anymore. I'm going to follow the money here. I want to get field or under on Bonfim. And now with this ownership, I'll go ahead. I'll take my leverage on Taco Padilla, which is different than the notes say. Because of this line movement, all the external circumstances, I'll get my 15% leverage here on Taco, or I'll start there with the build and we'll go. But maybe I'm sucked into the narrative out there, but didn't like he didn't move shoulder. The more I think about it, the more I think about situations going on. Also, I would build lineups that don't have either of these fighters. This fight could get called off last second. I do think that's a possibility. All right, now let's go line by line and see if the tool is able to get us in range everywhere. It already wasn't, I see. I think I'm too high on some fighters, so let's go back into the abyss here. Hoykett, 67%, 50. I'll cap him out at 60. I'll get a few cents back here. 52, 65% for Hyder Emil. I'll cap this at 60 as well. Gabriel Bonfim, pretty much in range. Zach Reese, in range. Tulio now, 53% is fine. Salikov is good. Taco's only coming at 35%. I don't hate that. Mayra Bueno Silva's in range. I'm okay being a little bit under on Morales in terms of picking up in the 9K. I'm going to go ahead and do another run here now that I've adjusted some of the guys who really got overweight. Hoykett still popping in 65%. Bonfim, Emil, Zachary Reese, Tulio's overweight, good. Salikov, good. Really just looking for the ones where we weren't able to listen. Match Schnell or Joseph Morales being under is fine. Medic, I need more Medic. And Duncan. The ones I really don't like where we ended up here really are Medic and Christian Leroy Duncan. So let's try and bump up the projection on 2 of these before I start making rules. We'll run again. Hoykett in the mid-60s. That's a little bit more than I want. Bonfim is fine. Emil at 56. Reese is in range. Tulio's in range. Salakov's 3% off. That's okay. Taco Padilla, a little bit off, but again, that's okay. Medic 35%, 31% for Christian Leroy Duncan. I would like just a little bit more of these guys. Not a ton. We're much closer. And I think the rest is pretty much where I want to be. Nothing else crazy is standing out. So I still just want a little bit more. And, Duncan's a dog. It shouldn't be that hard to do here. And Medic is in the mid-range. So we're going to bump him up a couple more points. And I'm okay if I'm going to lower Bonfim. I'm going to cap Bonfim at like 60%. Run one more time. Hopefully we're good. Hoykett, Emil, Bonfim, Reese are all the top dogs. Look fine. Tulio's good. Salikov is finally pretty much in range where we want to be. Same thing with Padilla. Same thing with Medic. Still 5% off my target on Duncan. That's fine. And now the rest pretty much falls into place in terms of where I want to be. Emmers is the one who didn't quite make it. Same with Morales. Those are 2. I was on the lower end anyway in terms of priority level. And then underweight, Brown taking a way bigger of a stand on Randy Brown than I initially intended at 9%. But again, with everything else lining up, I'm okay with it. This is what we're going to lock in this week, guys. Again, my big leverage plays on the night are Hoykett, Hyder Emil. The rest are high ownership plays, so not really leverage. Marco Tulio and Muslim Salikov. And we are over with the Taco Padilla news. That's what we got for today, guys. Sorry the video is a little bit later than normal, but I wanted to give some thought to the items we mentioned. Do me a favor, hit the like button. If you really want to do me a favor, join up at DFS Army. Good luck, and I'll see you next time.